Hi, Assalamualaikum to all my friends and my lecturer, Dr. Nur Hafizah binti Muhammad Harith. My name is Nur Ain Shakirin binti Muhammad Jaafar. I'm the first presenter of this topic, and the second presenter is Airil Nazrah binti Muhammad Nizam. The third presenter is Muhammad Najib Hakim Harith bin Safaruddin, and the last presenter is Unku Najiha binti Unku Mizain. Do you all know about the Green Building Index? Okay, let me introduce what is a Green Building Index. According to Hussein, 2016, green buildings are those that are built to enable a healthier lifestyle by reducing the passive effect of a real estate adaptation on the environment and human well-being. Green Building Index (GBI) has been implemented in order to ensure the energy efficiency in the buildings by being verified by them. The GBI provide architects and developers with feedbacks and rating tools to help them understand and install buildings that meet the quality and environmental goals of sustainable buildings. Okay, we proceed to the background of the GBI. In 2009, the Green Building Index Policy or GBI was developed with the help of Pertubuhan Arkitek Malaysia (PAM) and the Association of Consulting Engineers Malaysia (ASIM) to help the Malaysian property industry to become more eco-friendly. The objective of the GBI is to promote sustainability and raise awareness among the developer, design industry, and other parties that include the public about environment concern and the importance of green technology. Okay, for more details about the program of Green Building Index Policy, I will proceed to the next presenter, which is Airil Nazrah binti Muhammad Nizam.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Airil Nazrah binti Muhammad Nizam. There are 4 programs under this policy. Building Assessment Process, the GBI organization, LCCF, and the last is MyCRES. The first is Building Assessment Process. It is a tool to assist building on how to manage maintenance from cracks and failure in terms of safety, condition, and others. In this program, there are several tools like as Green Pass, Baris, and Classic. These tools is to help to reduce the amount of environmental pollution, global warming, and waste. Every building needs to follow 2 codes, which are MS1525 and MS2680, to make sure that the building is safe. They use the right materials, which is eco-friendly. Most important is less consumption of energy. The second program is the GBI organization. It consists of 3 levels. The first, GBI AP. This level, it will ensure the building verify according to the requirement before the developer construct the construction, and in charge of giving points or scores on the performance building. Developers will receive the points and will get awarded. The second level is the certified level. They will evaluate an accreditation of the project. The last point is facilitators. In this level, they will give consultation of the project and charge of improving the program, whether the benchmark or surpass the GBI ranking system. The third program is LCC. The Malaysian government is committed in reducing the level of carbon emissions around the green building area. In Malaysia, it is hard for the government to make the country a carbon-free city because of the uncontrollable usage of petrol vehicles. Kedah has begun their development framework for low-carbon cities by the way implementation in reduction of carbon in the urban areas. The government has made a few measures like as by working with the local authorities by planting the trees more in the urban, yellow street lights to LED, efficient implementation practices in building assets. Finally, the last program is Minecraft. It acts as a mechanism to make sure that the Malaysia is on the right track, reduction of carbon emission and environmental sustainability, especially in terms of energy. Minecraft also considered the amount of emissions that being released by every building stage of every cycle. In 2017, it stated that all government projects which amount of 50 million and above are compulsory to have this certificate.
Thank you for the explanation, Irel. Now, I would like to have Hakim to present for the challenge of this policy.
My name is Najib Hakim Harith and I would like to present the challenges and constraints of this green building policy. So, one of the challenges is the issues of MS 1525 and also MS 2680. So, what is actually MS 1525? It is actually a code of practice for the energy efficiency and also a renewable energy for the non-residential buildings. The first issues is the lack of regulatory in the establish, enforce, and the periodic review to tighten and enforcements toward the zero energy buildings. It is because there is only few several parts of the MS 1525 to envelope thermal performance were incorporated into the Uniform Building Bylaw, also known as UBBL, which is only 3 out of 13 states in 2012 until 2016. The next code is MS 2680, which is mainly about residential homes. However, it is uncertain for the design of the new residential buildings or how it will influence the current buildings. So, it has caused a confusion to the developers on how to make a construction, which is not only good things since it should be clear and easy for developers to understand in order to implement it. The second challenge is lack of awareness and acknowledgement from the citizens. As we all know, the request for sustainability is recognized, but the implementation is very poor because there is lack of awareness among the citizens. These challenges arise because of inadequate marketing and advertising from the developers. Of course, when someone wants to buy a property, they want to know more detail about it. One of the ways to advertise the GBI is by making ads in television, news, social media like YouTube, Instagram, and many more. The third challenge is the cost of the building. Malaysia has created a developers-inspired building design that has features of the green buildings. There are several green buildings with silver, gold, and status platinum. Lack of knowledge on the benefits of green building as well as lack of financial resources or incentive and a higher construction cost is also one of the factors that there's no many green buildings to be built in Malaysia. It is common that there is always a perception that costs required for the green building alternatives are always higher than the conventional building method. This is due to the cost of a building is often measured in a term of construction cost instead of the life cycle cost. The investment is worthwhile in the long run due to the saving gain from the use of water, electricity, heat, care, and many more. Luckily, the government has always supported the contractor and developers to realize the dream of building a country of a green building. The last challenges is government issues. As we all know, the implementations of the green building, including the energy saving characteristic, higher in cost for the industry. Even they bring a lot of benefits to the environment. So, the first issue is the subsidy is needed for the establishment of the government green building project, especially for a bigger project as they are higher in cost. For example, the cost per energy consumption windows may vary from the normal windows. Other than that, the subsidy also needed to provide training for the designers, especially in adopting the integrated approach design for green building. The lack of expertise in designing arena as there are no expert local designers in worrying. Of course, in order for them to be expert, the government should allocate a training for the designers, or they can even send them abroad to learn from other designers, which they can interpret the Green Building Index design in Malaysia.
Now, I know that this policy have many challenges. Lastly, Unku will present about the policy reformation.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Unku Najia Izani binti Unku Mingtran and I am the last presenter of this group. Year by year, this Green Building Index has developed several reformation, especially the better one. First and foremost, involvement of other GPI organization which expanding from the year 2009 till now. From the year 2009, there are only about 15 organizations that are hand in hand with the GPI policy. As year pass by, the organization in Malaysia are more aware about the need to conserve the energy and sustain it by making a green building. In 2020, there are about 150 active organizations which are much more comparing to 2009. The need to increase the GBI organization is to ensure the smoothness of application for verification of the green building. Hence, it is required to have many organizations that will work hand in hand as facilitator in verifying the green buildings in Malaysia. The second reformation of this policy can be seen when there are changes in the level of awareness regarding to the green building. The economic, social and even the environmental sector in Malaysia has now achieving their level of awareness regarding to this green building index and the importance to sustain and conserve the energy for future generation. The changes can be seen in our country where the building mainly have features that are energy consumption such as the use of solar system, electricity that are energy saving. For example, lights, fan, air conditioner to provide energy saving. Hence, this is one of the proof for the level of awareness of citizens in Malaysia that has been practicing the green building in our country because they are aware of the consumption level used to be higher. Moving on to the third reformation, which is a Malaysia Sustainable Development Goal Trust Fund or MySDG Trust Fund. This policy activity usually get fund from the government, but as year pass by, the awareness level in Malaysia is higher, thus the fund needed to be increased. In order to make Malaysia green, the government collaborated with the United Nations on 6 November 2020. This fund is called the Malaysian Sustainable Development Goal Trust Fund, which will ease the burden of government. There will also be involvement of private sector as they work together hand in hand in achieving the GBI. Surely, with this MySDG Trust Fund, it can reduce the government effort in providing financial incentive to the Green Building Index because the private sector will also involved in providing fund to it. Lastly, the reformation of this policy is when there are improvement in the green energy building. This can be seen where 40% of the building in our country is greener than ever. The developer has also been used light that reduce the carbon emission up to 80%, and even the government has made renewable energy policy which also contributed to the green energy building policy where the building able to use other sources of energy such as solar, wind biomass and others. Moreover, the government has created green real estate, Green RE in 2020 where there will be design for the construction and real estate. It aims to promote better adoption of the green technology amongst the developer and others. With that, there are 4 reformation of GPI policy that has been presented by our group.
Alright, back to me again. As a conclusion, the program can be successfully done and all these challenges can be solving when government, social, economy and individual has taken their part in ensuring the implementation of green building in Malaysia will be promoted from what they are now and be as a modern as the developed countries focusing on the pillar F energy. Many buildings should be aware about how to be a conducive environment in the office building can be obtained by having this green building infrastructure, which then will also help the country to have a higher quality of environment. That's all from us. I hope you all are enjoy watching our video and gain a new knowledge about green building index policy in Malaysia. Thank you.